As someone who follows AI developments, my feed lately has been flooded with commentaries about Hollywood, about how quote unquote fried the industry supposedly is. And as a former avid consumer of Hollywood action blockbusters, the era of Chuck Norris, Carl Weathers, Sylvester Stallone, Mel Gibson, Cynthia Rothrock, Van Damme, I can't help but feel a certain nostalgia. Yes, looking back, some of those films were cheesy, but it was a different time and it was a different Hollywood. At this point, Hollywood, like the rest of us, must realize AI is coming for them. It sounds cliche, but let me reinforce it anyway. AI is coming for you. For me, the decline of Hollywood began long before I became a Christian. It started when storytelling was slowly replaced by hidden agendas and ideologies the rest of us never signed up for. I'm not surprised the industry has been losing viewers. First, the production quality slipped. Then social media fractured attention. Now AI has them scrambling. Although Hollywood is not completely fried, stiff competition is coming in a way they are not fully prepared for. I foresee AI actors being cast in sequels, comedies, and even original content, not just as supporting CGI figures, but as fully quote unquote real performers. Even award shows recognizing AI entertainers may sound outlandish, but history suggests otherwise. It mirrors the rise of animation decades ago. What begins as niche experimentation eventually settles into the mainstream. What AI has done superbly, though I'm using that term very loosely, it has democratized knowledge. It has given ordinary people access, including access to Hollywood's tricks. And to give credit where it's due, those tricks took time to develop and perfect, and they were carefully guarded. But AI has effectively raided the vault, and now they can't do much except stand back, watch, and threaten. These are the questions on people's minds. Will actors continue to command $20 million per picture? Will producers pivot to an AI cast and retain the profits in-house? Will Hollywood attempt to secure exclusive rights to these AI tools to preserve its edge? Or will AI companies grant broad access to everyone? Fast forward to 2035. A new action movie drops starring a 30-year-old version of Jet Li performing gravity-defying choreography, even if the real Jet Li has long retired. Technically, we are getting close. We already see de aging technology, AI voice cloning that replicates tone and cadence, AI creating realistic adaptive movement, and fully synthetic actors generated from scratch. So, quote unquote, freezing Jackie Chan at his physical peak is no longer science fiction. It's a licensing and ethics question. Already, deceased actors are being resurrected through AI. The technology appears to be edging toward something unprecedented, a form of digital immortality. And there's a darker side to this, one I'll circle back to in a separate video. As a Christian, my message to Hollywood is simple. First, repent, Jesus is coming back. Second of all, the Ten Commandments, 1956, was once the benchmark. It demonstrated what was possible when vision, craftsmanship, and scale aligned. All Hollywood needed to do was continue improving cinematography as technology evolved. But of course, hidden agendas took hold, and we can see how that trajectory has played out. It reminds me of consultancies that assumed they had permanent monopoly, only to discover that agile methods rendered them symbols of obsolescence. The lesson here is about stewardship. When you have leadership in storytelling, innovation, or whatever your talent is, you either refine it or you risk being reshaped by what replaces you. I don't follow Hollywood. I haven't followed it in at least 20 years. But if it is to survive the coming AI tsunami, I would say this. Go back to the basics, back to 1956. Crisp storytelling, clear structure, strong characters, and a focus on craft. Whether that means rethinking content, tone, or direction is ultimately their decision. I mean, who am I? But audiences tend to respond to authenticity and discipline more than noise. Of course, I'm not holding my breath because the devil knows time is running out.